We get the question all the time, or I hear that the real estate industry is saturated. And I think people say that it's saturated or has way too many agents, investors, wholesalers. I do get the feedback that, there's not enough money to be made in wholesaling. There's not enough deals out there, which is true to an extent. So I don't think it's saturated. I think things have just become more difficult, right? When I got into real estate, it was the wild, wild west where it's like you can just send postcards, get deals. You could door knock and get deals. You could, buy a property or get a property, a lead, or contract a deal with any type of equity and immediately sell it to a wholesale or a hedge fund for more than retail value and make $30,000. So we were hitting licks, without any a lot of us without any type of foundation in our business or skill set, right? And now I hear it's saturated, but it's like I was on the phone the other day and I'm talking to sellers, and I've been on the phone a lot every single day now and taking a lot of the acquisitions head on myself in my business. And I'm hearing how sellers are responding to us on the phone, and they're upset and they're like, oh, what are you calling for? You could tell they've been called by not millions of people, but tons of people, right? And what I notice is that the industry is just saturated with bums. That's what it is. The industry is saturated with bum-ass professionals. That's what it is. Because if you know how to talk to people and you actually provide value to them, they start to come back down and be like, okay, I see the resistance that these leads have is to bums, not to people that can actually solve their problem or that are willing to listen to them to solve a problem, right? So there is other things that makes the industry harder now with communication compliance, not being able to use robo-dialers and auto-dialers the same way. It's just becoming more regulated by the government, right, and government agencies. You can't do text blasts the same way you used to. I could get on a text messaging platform when I started and send 1,000 text messages a day and get a deal. Like somebody just wants to sell. Cool. Now it's like everybody has a spam blocker on AT&T. You can't even get a text message through AT&T these days or a cold call. You're like automatically spam. So, what we've been able to adapt it really comes down to any business. Content creation is saturated now, but it's like everything is kind of saturated to a degree, and all it is just innovation is what will beat competition, in anything. So what we've learned is like, cool, how do we dumb things down and just efficiently, methodically get to people that actually have problems to solve, right? Not maybe in a mass way. How do we do this effectively on a one-on-one basis? How do we Megan always uses the term curate that experience, right? So one thing that I know about real estate is that, like people say, the two certainties of life are death and taxes. There is millions of tax delinquent people on their properties today, right? Across the United States. St. Louis County, plenty of people are going to lose their home to a tax foreclosure come August tax sale, right? People die every single day. They need to open up a probate to settle their estate. They need somebody okay, well, now we have assets that we need to dispose of because nobody wants grandma's house. I'm not moving to her old ass house. Who's going to help us to that? So we're just being like, cool, how do we get in front of people that need our help? Not just people that just have a house. Who's going through a foreclosure? Who can help somebody in a foreclosure the bank can't help? They just want to end that situation. They're not here to necessarily help the person. Feel like they've been duped by the homeowner. So they're just trying to obviously secure their asset, as they should. They're in the lending business. They should foreclose on people that are in default. Like that's how they stay solvent, right? So yeah, it's not just a saturation problem. It's everybody wants to be in something without understanding what to do. Everybody wants to get a get-rich-quick scheme. Everybody wants to be like, oh, shoot, they see checks on people's Instagram and say, real estate's easy. I'm going to start wholesaling. Well, it's like, now, yeah, you're the dumbass that's saturating the market. And I'm not mad that people have ambition. I was the same way. I was at my job saying, somebody getting rich and I want to be a part of it. And I don't want to work here. But it's like, cool, just be a professional about it. Honor your craft, honor the industry, and honor the people that you're serving.